Yeah. Come on now. There we go. What's going on, everybody? It's your favorite dating coach, Elliot Scott, and as you can see by the title below, we're going to jump right into how do you get a guy to miss you? It's a three-step process, or a three-step, I guess, way of looking at things. Very simple, but I think, I like simplicity, and I think a lot of people overlook it. Because they're just like, okay, well, how can I get a guy to miss me? But if you don't have the foundation working for you or in your favor, it's not going to work. Okay, so jumping right into this, obviously the number one thing I would say, and some people miss number one. I think number two is the most important, but a lot of people just miss this. What asset did you deliver to the guy for him to miss? There has to be something he can miss. Okay. If there's not anything for him to miss, then we have a problem. And a lot of you will say, well, he misses me, or we had a good time, or we had good this, or the great sex, or a lot of women will come to me and they would say, we had so much in common, the chemistry was amazing. I can't tell you how many times I hear that. The chemistry was amazing. I never had this chemistry with anyone else before, and I know he hasn't either. Yada, yada, yada. Okay, so I will give you the benefit of the doubt that you have number one. So then number two is, why isn't he missing it? And I think that comes down to two or three things. The first thing would be that there is a liability along with it. So therefore, he does not miss it because he has to do XYZ to get it. So for example, I could say, I really missed being in shape. Let's just say I have a big old beer gut. I'm 30 pounds heavier, 40 pounds heavier. And I'm like, man, I miss having that nice body, that ripped body I had back in college. I had some shoulder cannons. I was toned, I was ripped, I was always eating healthy. Yada. I miss having that body. But the liability that comes with that, it's not a liability, but he sees it as a liability because he doesn't do it. There's, the discomfort, the amount of time, effort, energy he has to put into it is, I just don't have the commitment, the consistency. I don't want to wake up and I don't want to eat, wake up early and work out. I don't want to eat healthy all the time. I want to be able to eat what I want to eat. And that's why a lot of people don't have nice bodies. You know how to get the nice body, but you still don't have it because you don't have that determination. You don't have that discipline. You don't have that consistency. And even though something as nice as having a really good body is a great thing, it doesn't outweigh the liabilities of day after day kind of shit. So in a relationship, it could be things like, well, I really like her, and I'm going to use this analogy that's not fair to the woman, but it's something a lot of women walk into, so I'm going to say it anyway. It's about the guy who wants to have the benefits but not the relationship. So a guy would be like, well, you know what, I do like her, and I would reach out to her. I think she's awesome. Let's say you guys fell off. She's awesome. I know that she wants a relationship, and the last time we kind of talked, the reason we're not talking right now is because I told her I just wasn't on the same page, that I liked her. I just wasn't looking for that. And he does not want to continue to go forward because he knows if he does, and he does reach out, that is telling her, hey, you know what, I might have changed my mind, or I'm on the same page as you, when he might not be. So there is a liability to the action. If it's not that, then I would say the second thing, it's the timing or taking you for granted, which I think could go hand in hand. I think if it's too much, too fast, too soon, how can he miss you? He's taking you for granted. On the other end of that, I think a lot of women don't give too much time for a guy to actually miss them. So if there's not a liability attached to it, then it would have to be a timing thing, right? And if it's neither of those, then you have to go back to number one, which is he just doesn't care. There's just not an asset, to miss. Maybe what you're giving him, another woman is currently giving him, or he just doesn't see the value in the relationship in terms of maybe it ran its course. It's just not there anymore. But if it's not number one, then it has to be number two, which is, again, there's a liability attached to it, which sometimes that's usually what it is, and it's a timing thing. Did he take you for granted, or are you just not giving him an opportunity to actually miss you? And of course, the third thing I would say is how it actually ended. If it ended on bad terms, like I said with number 2, the guy's not going to really come back around because he doesn't want to open that can of worms again. Or it goes back to number 1. You see this cycle now. It's like, is it even worth it? Like, I just don't see the asset anymore. You could be in a 7-year relationship with a guy, and if the relationship just ran its course and you're just not feeling it, and it's routine, and the spark has died, it's like, I'm just not going to come back to that. I'm just not going to come back. What's the point? It is what it is. Like, I'm just beating a dead horse now. So those are usually the 3 things that get a guy to miss a girl. There actually has to be something to miss. And 2, you have to kind of question, why is he not missing it? And again, I know I'm running in circles here, and I'm beating a dead horse, and I'm repeating myself over and over and over, but there has to be a liability attached to the action, or it's a timing thing. If it's not those 2 things, then you just don't have anything for him to miss. Okay, ladies? So that being said, I love you. Take care, and peace.